Video response to Dan the Man once again. Um, I saw this video a long time ago. Well, basically, like when he made it some time ago, I was in Europe still. And as always, Dan the Man has beautiful advice for all of us trying to get healthy and feel nice. um, Power of the raw living foods, etc. I, I advocate this. I believe what the guy says. Um, and interesting comments about breast cancer and this kind of stuff. And I hope this all ties in, and maybe some people can laugh at it. But um, at some point in the video, Dan mentions the concept of, like, for instance, if a woman has breast cancer, to cease and desist in wearing a bra for the sake of the lymphatic system flowing better. And this concept makes absolute sense. And I find this topic, women, guys, if you can, flow with me here, really interesting in general. Um, the concept of bras and whether we should be wearing them as women or not. It's so funny. I thought I'd be all brave and be able to make this video about boobs, and now I'm like, I can't talk about it. I'm like 5 years old. Um, but kind of as a tie-in, okay, so I was in southern Europe. I was in Portugal and Spain for some time, and I remember when I first got there, I'd heard about topless beaches and stuff like that, like this myth for most of my life, and then I got there, and that's just how they throw down. The women are roaming the beaches topless, not all of them clearly, and in Portugal people are a bit more conservative than in Spain for sure, but yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, these people aren't wearing any, bathing suit tops. I'm like, oh my gosh, I could never do this. And, in my head, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I'm so white. Like, I would have the most atrocious, like, white boobs, blah, blah, blah. And these guys are just like, this is how they throw down. And through time, and this is kind of a reflection of what was going on inside of me, clearly. Like, through time, being there more and, like, my world, my consciousness in general, opening up more and more with the time that I spent in Portugal, just realizing, what's the problem? Why is this such a crazy thing? Guys walking around with no shirt on, and guys here walk around in speedos. What's the big deal? We all have bodies. We all have human bodies, and in a way, it's like, if you feel comfortable doing it, what's the big issue? So eventually, not that anybody cares to hear this or whatever, but I eventually like experimented with this experience and found it to be like one of the best things ever. Like, oh my gosh, what have been missing all my life. Like, I feel like we as women kind of, I don't know, it's like we have to keep ourselves all like bunched up and covered up. And so kind of feeling liberated from the requirement to do so is so nice. And yeah, Spain, the same concept. And I remember gradually like just this comfort and this just comfort with being exposed or whatever, like growing more with time. And I remember seeing, I had some encouragement. The universe helped me out. There's like some German tourists who are famous for like, their comfort, I guess, in sunbathing topless or whatever, just running around the beach, playing ball with their kids, tackling people, just like boobs everywhere. And I'm like, this is comical because it's different, and at the same time it's just beautiful. Like, these women obviously have so much comfort in their bodies, and they're just letting things be. Not that everyone has to do that or something, or not that that is something that everybody in the world has to do to reflect that they're comfortable with their bodies, but for me, as myself, Christina Dawn Morgan, I was like, wow, props to these women, and I'm going to strive to be more like that. And it felt good eventually for me to loosen up a bit. And definitely I found myself in general just like this concept of letting your lymphatic system flow and just letting your body be and showing love for your body completely. Just be like, this is me, this is who I am, I'm gonna love on it, just that energy and the healing power of allowing that to happen. I'm just trying to attest to, and I'm trying to be like, Dan the Man, thank you for bringing this up. I wanted to make this video response as soon as I saw your video, and I thought to myself, I'm going back to the USA. I should like start encouraging women to stop wearing bras. I should start encouraging, just to try it out, and like, why can't we be topless on the beaches, for instance, in the state of Virginia? Why, like, I'm not sure what the actual laws are, but I'm pretty positive it's illegal. And why would that be? What's the big deal? And should that be something that any among us dare to try to put forth, like, or just do for the sake of health on whatever level we decide to look at health as? So, anyway, I'd be interested in opinions on that concept, because I got all comfortable with it, at least some more anyway, and I'm wondering what the world would be like if all of a sudden women just started appreciating and being fine with their boobs to the level that they're like, hey, I'm gonna let them just be there, and it's just another part of my body, and I love and appreciate them, and you guys can see them, you guys can see them, and I don't have to feel all judged and be worried like, oh my gosh, I'm showing or something. I don't know. This is my babble. Dan the Man, thank you as always for your info, and I love you guys. Hope you have a beautiful night. Bye.